Up next, we got another one from the Lapeef Network, where Ali drops some harsh truth on these modern women. You're never gonna get the man you want, and they are left speechless.
Will go after a guy that's not necessarily her type, that's in the top 10 percentile of earning potential.
What?
That's a fact.
What is that? What did you just say? Yo, y'all know what he just said.
Is anybody on the panel listening? If nobody else was listening to me, it doesn't even make any sense, because if you're not listening to me and nobody else is listening to me,
you just been flip-flopping all over.
Because I'm speaking at a level of intellect that where you have to actually take your time to listen. But what y'all are doing is y'all are mentally loading up questions.
Does it change? Now, Bruce is doing the same stuff
You're
that
not
I'm
understanding
doing.
what I'm saying. What's that?
I'm asking you loaded questions. Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
By asking you to be consistent without you twisting up your own words.
When you frame, anytime you say, hey, okay, if she's not going after the guy that's not her type, when you frame it as not her type, instead of just the average man, you're loading the question. Because now I gotta answer with the ingredients that she's going after a guy that's not her type. And I might not agree that she's actually going after guys that's not her type.
Hey, Naomi.
When you add that qualifier to it, you're loading the question.
I'm going to ask a woman. Hey, Naomi, are most women getting the men they want, or are most women settling? If you got to.
So I'm going to be honest with you. I think age kind of depends on it. I think as a woman gets older, she's actually settling for the man that's interested in her because of other factors, you know, like actually what Jay Prince had said, fertility and things like that. If a man is older and desires children, a woman, she ends up beginning to have a geriatric pregnancy after the age of 35.
Excuse me, respectfully, hold on, please. I'm going to ask you again. Do most women get the man that they want, or do they settle?
I think women choose who they align to.
I'm going to ask you another way. Do most women get their first option, or they get their second, third, fourth option?
I don't think I'm understanding you correctly, because you understand it by the way you just blew your breath. Hey, Boheme, can I ask you the same question? Could you be honest to me, please? Boheme, do most women get their first option, or do they get their second, third, fourth, fifth option?
Second, third, fourth, fifth.
Thank you so much. And she knew that too. That's why she blew her breath. But like I said, you may not, either you don't want to go against him, or you don't want to admit the actual logic that we know about women, that most women showcase certain behaviors because they never get the man they actually want. The man they actually wanted may have passed by them, or they weren't ready for him when they're younger. But when they get older and less attractive, now all of a sudden they're ready for that guy, but it's too late. And I don't mean like y'all get like ugly. I mean, you don't look the same way you did when you was 20 and 30. So when you get 40, let me, it ain't that you now all of a sudden got this intuition. It's the fact now you're ready to settle down with somebody because you wasted your prime years, and it's more difficult to get the guy you wanted. So most women skip past the guy they could have got, and when they get older, they definitely will never get him again. So they settle, and they're angry at themselves for making these choices, and they're bitter, and then they'll conflate that guy that they wanted with most men because they couldn't get the guy. That's why I disagree with True. Most women conflate the minority of men they can't get, that they call the a-hole or the toxic guy, because they couldn't get him, with majority of men who would do anything with women, who are one blowjob from the place to plantation, would do anything you want, but y'all just don't want those guys.
Let me clarify. When I first initially answered, you actually just said the same thing that I said. I actually said age depends on it, because when a woman gets older, she has to settle. When she's younger, she gets the one she wants.
Yeah, but he said most. So are most women settling at a later age? The answer is yes. So for you to try and qualify the way you qualified it to answer it the way that you want to answer it doesn't make any sense. You could have just answered him straight up and said, yes, most women settle for the guy that they want.
You didn't allow me to. You actually re-asked that same question. No. I didn't understand it. Hold on. I didn't understand it the third time that you asked, because you said something about 2, 3, 4. But my initial answer was, when a woman gets older, she has to settle. So that means she does not get the one that she wants. When she's younger, women tend to get the man that they want.
You're absolutely wrong.
That's why I said age matters.
So you're absolutely.
My first response was age matters. You actually agreed.
You said it. You don't have to repeat it. But you're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it.
You actually agreed with what I just said.
I didn't agree. No, I didn't agree with you. No, I
you
did not
just
agree
now
with
said
you.
When a woman gets older, she has to settle for her 2, 3, 4. She becomes bitter.
So the average woman gets married at 29. For a younger woman is getting run through. She's living in her 3 or 4 phase and her fun phase. She doesn't want to settle down. She passes by the guy she could have actually got. Most women might get run through the guy that they want, but they don't settle down with the guy that they want because you'll say, I have options. I don't have to settle. I'm going to pursue my career. I'm going to pursue my degree. I'm going to pursue my life. I'm going to pursue my lifestyle first. Then I'll get the man in the family later on. So that's not true as well either. Women don't get the man when they want when they're young, and they don't get the man that they want when they're older. They could have possibly got the guy that they wanted when they were younger, but they exercised their options, they compromised themselves, and they were out in the street, and they wanted to get coverage by the street as well too. They didn't want a man at that age. They wanted their own life.
So when do they get a man?
Okay, so hold on, Darwin, please. I now understand the type of woman in which you speak of. So a woman who's marriage-minded, hold on. So you are correct in the certain type of woman in which you speak of. A woman who's marriage-minded will have the man that she wants when she's younger.
We all know that. We don't have to say that. That's what you're
deflecting. No. So when I was giving my example,
Naomi, you're deflecting. Nobody would disagree with that.
No, it's not deflecting. So I'm trying to sit here and meet you halfway with what you're saying.
No, you don't have to.
My perception that I gave just now was that when a woman becomes older, she has to settle, which we actually both agreed on. From my understanding, the type of woman in which I speak of, if she's marriage minded, she will definitely have the man that she wants when she's younger. Although
she's trying her best to not say the word most. That's it. That's the word here that she's trying her best to avoid saying, because most would be indicative of the majority, which means that that's where the issue is. If she concedes that point, I can't believe Bo just I don't know. I gotta watch more of Bo because she be saying some wild ass shit usually. Matter of fact, all the time. But she did concede that point.
Speaking about a woman who's career minded, that's the type of woman that wants to have a free for all. The type of woman in which you're speaking of is a different type of woman in which I was speaking of. So in actuality, we're both actually speaking truth, because the type of woman that you're talking about is not the type of woman that I would suggest women to become. I don't believe that a woman should pour into that 3 or 4 phase and wait to get married until they're later. Right. So we're speaking of two different.
So no, we're not, because everybody on the panel agrees with you that a marriage-minded woman is that way. If you are most women at a younger age looking for sex, or are they looking for marriage?
That's a loaded question.
That's not a loaded question at all. And stop trying to say, but I'm gonna direct it to you, and she can be quiet, and you can have a discussion. And you don't want to.
Man, since when Darren started wearing a cape, the fuck? This nigga on some Captain Save him.
So I'm gonna ask you. No, Naomi.
No. If you're using
Naomi.
No.
Go ahead and let him direct it to me. Go ahead and direct it to me.
Are most women looking to get married at a young age, or are they looking to become 304s, engage in their fun phase? Since you want Ali again, but don't run away. Let's have a civil conversation.
It's a loaded question again, and
they didn't compromise Darren, y'all. They didn't got to him. Look how he face. Darren is an Agent Smith, y'all. The Matrix didn't got him.
The reason why it's loaded is because what you're doing is you're fixating on only 2 options that the woman can choose from, as if there is not a third or fourth. And
what are the third and fourth options,
Darren? Who may have those third and fourth options other than just being married and
what are the third and fourth options? We need them.
Becoming a 304.
What's those options though? Before, so just so we clear, what's those third and fourth options? No, you can't just say third or fourth option without clarifying what that third or fourth option.
Cut me off when I'm trying to land.
Give us. You can't just say third and fourth option. What is the third and fourth option?
Cut me off when I'm trying to land.
Now you're getting angry. Now you cussing. So then
because you're being rude. You're asking a loaded question.
Why is God mad? You called yourself God. You called yourself God the other day. Why is
loading
God mad?
a question? So you tight. So you come in here with a vendetta.
No, you cussing. I'm not cussing.
So here's the thing. You're exposing that you're tight from a previous episode. Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You've been triggered this whole show. I'm not triggered. Nobody sees me triggered.
Look how Naomi just sitting there enjoying the back and forth, because you got, I hate to say it, man, you got simps like Darren that's gonna come in and jump in front of a bullet instead of letting this woman who on a panel handle her own. The question ain't loaded. You added in criteria, so you as a man, you have to establish what those criteria are. If there are 3 and 4 options, as a man, be direct and let us know what those third and fourth options are, or else we ain't gonna respect nothing you got to say, because you just saying some bullshit like the rest of these women do.
Strategically loading a question.
I'm strategically asking what the third and fourth option is. What's the third or fourth option?
You're strategically strategically loading the question.
About your third. No, I'm not. I'm actually about the third or fourth.
Two options.
What's the
other
other
one?
ones?
Is being married. The other one is being slutted out as a 3 or 4.
What's the third?
Women today are not showing numbers that they're actually going for careers. They're going for career disciplines and stability. And I would think, and I'm not trying to set, but I'm just trying to broaden your horizon of understanding.
So women are disciplining themselves and not having sex, even though they have all access to sex, and they picking nobody as a third option in a number of women that warrants you even making this position, is what you're saying. We're not talking about the fringe number of 0.000000001% of women who save themselves for marriage, even though they're chasing a career and abstaining from total sex, is what you're saying. Or maybe one person that they've had sex with, and they continue to operate in a single lifestyle waiting for marriage. This is bullshit, dog. You're simping, dog. You're simping. It's sad to see, man. Sad to see
that is some women out there that's gonna find it highly disrespectful that have fathers that are pushing them into fields of expertise that may not necessarily be marriage or just busting it open. So whenever you load a question and you pigeonhole it only down to 2 options, it's called loading the question. So that's why I interrupted.
These are your
talking points. Because if she answered that, she would have to answer from the presupposition that there's only 2 things women are doing today, and it's being married and being slutted out, when there's other things that they're doing. And the numbers are showing that they're doing other things. It's just that we got a whole bunch of incel red pill men that are out here jealous of women because they're bypassing them in not only in the market, socioeconomically, or kicking their asses, and they want to just pigeonhole the women out that's superseding them down to just being a bust down on wife, when the numbers are showing that they're doing other things. We don't want to talk about it because we have a brand, or we don't want to talk about it because we have an audience that we got to appeal to. But I say, fuck that. If you're gonna be real, be real. Look at the numbers. You don't have to base it off of your opinions. There's women out here that
are we gonna have a conversation? You want to monologue again? So if men aren't,
I got a lot to say because I've done a lot of work. I got a lot of fucking hours in this shit. So when you call on me, you best be ready to listen. Go ahead.
And we do too. And you crashing out. So for some reason, since you see men all 304s and money hungry, you all of a sudden created a green pill. Tell everybody what the green pill is. Since you're not red pill, you're not blue pill.
Anybody else heard that I created a green pill on this panel?
What's the green pill? Oh, no one ever. What's the green pill, Bruce? I'm asking
you. You mean money pill, Ali?
Hey, that's the green pill. That's the green pill. That's the green pill.
Fuck you, green pill.
He the worst. He got to co-sign himself because nobody else. He got to co-sign himself because nobody else co-signing him. So what's the green pill?
Go look it up. Do your homework for yourself.
You can't get the women without money.
Look up your pill, look up my pill.
You can't get women with. So I'm going to say this statement. The other day on the show, this man told everybody he was God. He got triggered when he was discussing religion, but he'd asking people and telling people they ain't got families and they ain't got what he has, when he acknowledges that most men can't get women because those women don't want them. So a lot of men gonna struggle with not having a family. A lot of men gonna struggle with not having children. A lot of men are gonna struggle with having women. And then when he gets cornered or he gets addressed by women and men, he flip-flops and then he starts disrespecting and demonizing the men for not being able to get women. And then he tries to teach men how to get women with these women who don't want them. That you're actually the problem. And then you get triggered when people ask you logical questions. And I've been telling you that for almost 2-3 years. You'll stand on one thing, then you'll flip-flop. And then when someone calls you out, because you start disrespecting people about their teeth, you start disrespecting people about how they dress, you start telling men that they can't get women because who they are, it has nothing to do with who they are. It has to do with the fact that majority of these men are not good for today's women. And they keep telling you that over and over again. And you keep trying to coach them how to get these women that tell them, you broke, you dusty, you stink, I don't want you, you no good for me, I'm not going back to be traditional, ain't no patriarchy, no archaic, and you still keep leading them in the burning house. So you just admitted when Jay Prince couldn't get the woman that somehow you're going to coach her to get the women. So you got to repackage your brand again because you keep flip-flopping, and Ali's just addressing you on that. Don't disrespect the man that can't get a family or babies, or maybe because he's short, maybe because he's fat, maybe he doesn't have the resources, because women don't like him for who he is.
Well,
Ali, you got my fucking respect, dog. I respect you, bro, because you're calling this nigga out on his bullshit. This nigga been the red pill motherfucking king. You know what I mean? His talking points been all on that. And now he flip-flopping and trying to change the whole narrative and then can't even ask a question straight up. Alright, he already lost me. If he would've, I would've been with him if he would've been able to ask and support what it is that he was saying. You can't disparage somebody's point and say that they're loading the question and saying that there are more than one option and the option isn't even feasible. He just made that shit up on the fly. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to pander to women because he thinks that that's where the money is.
All I can say is nobody cares. And you could play the littlest violin. Ain't nobody come to save you. If you're losing, it's because 9 times out of 10 it's because you're a loser. And it's because you don't want to go out here and do the work. You're not paying attention to the numbers. You're not paying attention to the market. You're not looking back. You're not looking in the mirror. You just keep pointing the finger at women. And it's time for men to stop fucking pointing the finger and look to the men who are actually getting the results and figure out what they're doing. But because y'all don't want to align with us, because y'all don't want to lean on us, because y'all don't want to ask us, what are we doing? How do we build a household? How do we build an empire? How do we build the thing that a lot of men are yearning for today? And instead of doing that, what y'all want to go do is just tear fucking women down and say they ain't shit. When you could just look in the mirror, and I would be impressed if you looked in the mirror. If most of y'all would look in the mirror, go out and actually do the work, and then come back and fail, and then we have a conversation. But I'm not convinced that y'all are actually going back and doing the work. I keep running into conversations with y'all.
Checkmate.
Y'all are pulling up on my panels.
Checkmate.
And y'all are not coming correct. Y'all are coming subpar. And I can see it.
So
a lot of guys don't even. It's just the facts. If we want to state the facts, we can. We can get away from the branding and all that stuff, and we can literally embrace the dark side of the numbers that we keep avoiding. The dark side of the numbers I've been talking about that nobody wants. Bruiser, Darwin, to talk. Please, Darwin, please don't talk about that side. Just keep punching down on the women. No, you motherfuckers gonna have to get your shit straight and stop all this damn complaining. There's guys out here that is winning. Talk to them. Stop talking to the women and try to change them. They can see your bullshit too. You had a woman sit up here for 2 hours straight tell you that your shit stink, and you don't even want to accept it. How can I tell you? The market is telling you your shit stink. We're telling you your shit stink. You're not gonna change your draws. I'm just telling you, change your draws, bro. That's it.
Checkmate.
You can't do your own mic drops all the time, man.
Checkmate. Somebody got to press buttons for me. I don't know if you got a soundboard, dope daddy, or what it. Because he just co-signing himself to the abyss.
Down goes Bruiser. Shit. Down goes motherfucking Bruiser. You heard me? It's over. Bruiser don't understand that these average ass bitches are requesting superior, exceptional niggas. And what his remedy to it is that because that's what the market is requesting, then all men must be exceptional. But that defeats the purpose, because if all men are exceptional, then exceptional will be the average. Most men are average. And if you really look at the numbers, black men are progressively getting better. Despite what the media says, they're more involved fathers, they're gaining wealth and resources, they're doing whatever it is that they have to do. They continue to make more than black women, even though there's this narrative that black women make more than black men, which is a fucking lie. They may be more educated, but that's every demographic. So Bruiser, instead of pointing his message to where the issue and the problem is, he's trying to sell out for the dollar, rebrand himself, and point his message to where women are going to pay for it at. I don't think it's going to work out in his favor, but good luck on your journey, brother. You know what I'm saying? Bon voyage. It's been good. Have you while you were around. So long.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did where a woman rage quits off a podcast after Call Me Shape. Let her know that no man wants her.